Welcome to Heaven's Middle Podcast. I'm here talking to a stuffed Bobby Baby Bear, telling him stories about different moments in the Christian rock history. Today's moment goes back to the summer of 1985, the year I founded Heaven's Metal magazine. Took a road trip to Victoria, Texas for the Exodus 85 festival. I had an eclectic group with me in the car that I drove, my 71 Pontiac Tempest, a 4 or 5 hour drive from Austin to Victoria, Texas. I had David Young, Freedom Noble, Greg Taylor with me. I remember putting together a mixtape I called Super Tape to impress my friends, and that was a fun moment. But we pull up at the festival, and it was a private ranch out in Victoria, Texas, and there was Kemper Crab, Dennis Welch, First Strike, Resurrection Band, Prodigal, and Jerusalem. And Res Band was the headliners. And this was during the summer of an airline strike. And we found out midway through the day that the band Jerusalem was still in Utah because they were stranded because of this airline strike. And they were, trying to find a way to get them here. And that was really the band I came to see. Prodigal was interesting to see. They were kind of a pop rock, alternative rock band from Ohio. And it was awesome to see First Strike, this melodic hard rock band from Sacramento, California, that hardly ever played out. That was a good moment. And Resurrection Band's always good in concert. So anyway, we found out that they found a way to route them to Houston. And I guess the woman who owned the ranch herself, one of the promoters, was driving to go pick them up herself from the airport. And so they flip-flopped and they made Jerusalem the headliner who would close out the festival, and Resurrection Band played before they did. And the lady told us a story from the stage that she got pulled over by the cops because the police wanted to know why these four husky Swedish men with long hair were riding around on a small little Toyota sedan out in the country, thinking that they'd kidnapped her or something, or were drug lords. And she said, "Oh, they're good Christian boys." And so Jerusalem came to this show, and they probably showed up with like nothing to give. They probably prayed a prayer like, "Lord, we offer this concert to you. We're just exhausted. It's been a heck of a day. Just use us if you can." I'm just guessing that was kind of their prayer, because God seemed to deliver. They played this song called "The Wind is Blowing," and it's a soft keyboard intro. And right as the song started, all these small little puffy clouds just seemed to settle on a glass ceiling just several hundred feet above our heads. And kind of like when the clouds do, it's like they rest upon a glass ceiling and they kind of flatten on the bottom. There's a bunch of them just spotted the sky above us. And then the part of the song says, "And the wind is blowing." And right then, all those clouds just zoom, 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 started soaring over our heads at a high rate of speed. It was almost like God was putting on his own video. This is back in '85 when MTV was king of the music industry. And it's just quite a visual stimulation that was on cue to the music. It was pretty awesome. And then later on in the show, Ulf started the audience singing this song that sounded impromptu. "Love is my weapon. Love is my weapon." And he hopped off the stage and came out to the audience and started hugging people. And pretty soon the whole audience was hugging each other and singing "Love is my weapon," and weeping and hugging each other and singing "Love is my weapon." It was on and on and on. It was just like this crescendo and this big giant chorus of love. And it was like there was the presence of God's Spirit there that was just like tangible love in the air. It was awesome. And that was a moment for me. When I think of my top 5 concerts ever, that's in the top 5 for me. So there you go. There's another story from the annals of Christian rock history. Join the discussion.